Welcome to the students of Shorishabari Pilot Girls School and College, Shorishabari Jamalpur, to attend the online classes. Our online classes are organized by our college authority, and the students are cordially requested to attend to join the classes every day. During this COVID-19 period, our classes are totally suspended, and according to the advice, direction of the government of Bangladesh, of our government, we are obliged to organize online classes every day. My today's class is for the students of SSC classes, and my topic is how to learn a second language. All my students, my dear students, you know that English is a foreign language. English is a second language. Somebody say second language, somebody say foreign language. I do not like to argue on this point. Actually, this is a second language, and to learn a second language is very difficult. Actually, it is very difficult, but if we follow some directions, some methodologies to learn the language, I think students and the learners, all classes of learners, will be completely successful, and they will be able to communicate with other people home and abroad very successfully. At first, I would like to say that communicative language teaching, CLT was invented by a group of British applied linguists in 1960s, during the period of 1960s, and it was so much applauded by all classes of teachers from across the globe, because it is completely a successful method. After a failure of many methods have failed, and they were not effective or fruitful to learn a second language, to obtain a second language in a very short period of time. But this method, communicative language teaching, is so much effective, so much fruitful, and a second language learner can acquire a second language in a very short period of time, just in 6 months. Most of the people, particularly non-native speakers, have very bad ideas about the language, about the second language. They think that to acquire a second language, we must learn, we must have a good collection of words. But it is not true. A survey conducted by a group of linguists during the last century in the United States of America, from this survey, it has been suggested that only 1600 students, 1600 words, 1600 words, less than 2000 words are successful, are sufficient to make a successful communication with the people across the globe. And the survey was conducted among 60 learned and skilled people from the very beginning of the day until they go to bed. And the recording was made. From the recording, it has been found the total numbers of words are counted, and it was about 1600. So I think the misidea, the wrong idea of the second language learners will be dissolved, will be vanished from their mind. At first, according to the rules of communicative language teaching, that means CLT, communicative language teaching. According to this method, we have to learn 4 skills at first: reading, writing, listening, and reading, writing, listening, and speaking. These 4 skills. CLT emphasizes on these 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, speaking. The students or the people who want to learn a second language or a foreign language, at first they have to read different kinds of books written in English, written in the target language, from textbooks. They can read textbooks, they can read English newspapers, English journals, or other kinds of storybooks. Secondly, writing. Writing is very important. Writing is a very important skill for the students, because in the examination center, students have to make their proficiency. Students have to show their proficiency in writing, because from their good writing, they will get a good marks. They will get a good grade or grading point. For developing writing skill, they should write 5 to 10 pages a day and make them correct from the skilled or respective or professional English teachers. Point number 3, listening. Listening is another important skill for a second language. If we can speak, but we can't understand the speaking of foreign people or native speakers, English native speakers, this will be very disgraceful to the teachers, even to the students, I think. So, for developing listening skill, we have to listen BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, or any other English movies, dramas, and there is a very good developed collection of English dramas or English British parliamentary debating in YouTube in recent days. So, students and the second language learners are cordially advised to collect their all these things or the elements which are helpful to develop listening skills from YouTube channels. Last one is speaking. Speaking is the most important element of these 4 skills, because by speaking we can communicate people across the globe. We can communicate with other people. As educated people, we must learn how to speak good English, because to get a good job, to get a good salary, teachers or the job applicants must have a very good proficiency in speaking skills. And it is seen that whatever the results may be, if the candidates, job applicants might have a good command over speaking skills, he might be selected in different good jobs. He will get a good jobs, and it is very assured to all classes of people. So, for developing speaking English, we have practice with others, particularly the educated people or teachers, English teachers, professors, or our friends. We have to communicate with them whenever we meet with each other. It is said that the best way to learn a second language is to live among its native speakers. So, I think these four skills are very important to have a master on a second language, and we should practice these four skills to develop our reading skills, writing, listening, and speaking. I think if we follow the rules of communicative language teaching, if we follow the instructions of communicative language teaching, that means reading, writing, listening, and speaking, our personal ability, our personality, our job skills will be greatly developed, and we will get a good jobs even home and across the globe. Now, that's the end of my lectures for today. In our next class, I'll try to show how to speak with others very fruitfully, very effectively, and how to write freehand writing, how to acquire a freehand writing successfully. I'll try to show in my next class, and thanks again to all my dear students.